Programming brought to you by AWI Networks, Smarter Internet.
Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. Several locations in Grand Canyon National Park's Inner Canyon will either have no water or only stored water through the weekend. Crews are working to repair a break in the Trans-Canyon water pipeline. While they do, Phantom Ranch will be on stored water with standard restrictions, while Cottonwood Campground and Roaring Spring will not have water. The pipeline break occurred about 5 miles north of Phantom Ranch in an area called The Box. The Utah Division of Wildlife Resources is using robotic decoys to help crack down on would-be poachers. One of those decoys has been making the rounds in southern Utah as the archery deer buck season wraps up. The decoys are easy to pick out during the day, but at night they make a convincing facsimile for the real thing. DWR reports that each night they've used the decoy, they see people stop vehicles, expecting it to cross the road, and in some cases, people do try and shoot it. In fact, on one night, 3 bow hunters were cited for shooting it. Those who try to shoot the decoy face a misdemeanor and have their hunting privileges revoked for a period of time. Penalties for poaching animals can include significant fines, up to a $30,000 fine for killing a bighorn sheep illegally. A woman lost her arm and several other people were hurt Thursday when high winds and heavy rain hit Lake Powell. A little before 1 p.m., a microburst storm struck the Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. It overturned a houseboat with 14 people on board. One 60-year-old woman on board had her arm amputated, though it was not clear from the report whether that happened during the incident or later at a hospital. A 57-year-old woman sustained head and hip injuries. There were also reports of dozens of swamped and sinking powerboats and jet skis, and at least one other overturned houseboat. The storm also caused property damage in Page, Arizona. Work by the Washington County Drug Task Force has led to the arrest of a suspected drug dealer. 27-year-old Nephi Ray Hammond of Colorado City, Arizona was arrested on Monday. During a narcotics investigation, police say an informant made 3 controlled buys from Hammond. He's facing 3 felony drug charges, and he was already gone jail on charges including burglary, forgery, and theft. Hammond was released on bail Wednesday and is due to appear in court on Monday. St. George police are asking for your help in finding a runaway teen. 16-year-old Zachary Adams was last seen on Monday and could be in the Hurricane area, or he might be headed to northern Utah. He's described as about 5'6", 110 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, please call 435-627-4300. To London now. A massive manhunt continues after an apparent bucket bomb exploded on a packed commuter train. It happened at the height of the morning rush hour, and that blast sent more than 24 people to the hospital. Authorities are now investigating this incident as a terror attack, which would be the 5th in Britain this year alone. Mikey Kay is in London with the latest.
This cell phone video showing the apparent bucket bomb that detonated inside a London train, still burning.
Oh, is that bag's on fire?
And you can hear Metro Police ordering the passengers left on the platform to evacuate.
Let's get away and let's move right down the end of the platform. Let's get away.
But according to eyewitnesses, most commuters escaped even before police arrived, panicked.
People were just getting crushed and we were just trampling each other, and it was just every man for themselves.
I genuinely thought I was going to die. It was just this sheet of orange flame and this huge bang, and obviously everyone screamed and ran off.
It happened just after 8 a.m. in London at Parsons Green tube station. The pandemonium sending dozens to hospital, most from flash burns.
It's kind of frightening and scary. I mean, right now I just can't believe it.
Investigators calling this a terror attack immediately launched a search for the attacker or attackers, revealing the device did not explode fully. President Trump weighed in from the White House.
We have to be very smart. We have to be very, very tough.
But the president's earlier tweets, including one implying the suspects were known to London officials, drew this criticism from the British Prime Minister, Theresa May.
I never think it's helpful for anybody to speculate on what is an ongoing investigation.
There is no specific credible threat, but U.S. cities are planning an increased presence at commuter rail stations as a precaution. Also, the UK has raised its threat level to critical, which is the highest possible. Meteorologist Kim Walker has your southern Utah forecast for the weekend, coming up right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
Well, welcome back, everyone. It's been a pretty pleasant day out there. Lots of sunshine. This comes as a cold front pushed through yesterday, bringing the rain, but we didn't see any rain today. It's going to feel fall-like through the weekend, but there's going to be a slow warm-up early next week, but then another shot of cool air will come in by midweek, and that will keep things cool here. So we are expecting nice temperatures, at least for the next 7 days. Highs today in St. George, it was 84 degrees. In Hurricane, it was 83, 66 though in Cedar City, so just a little bit cooler there. In Mesquite, it was 89 degrees. Tonight, temperatures will drop down. A very chilly 38 degrees in Cedar City, 59 in St. George, 64 degrees in Mesquite, just a little bit warmer to the south, and in Hurricane, about 59 degrees. Our day planner calls for temperatures warming up just slightly for Cedar City. 42 degrees is what we're going to start off with. 54 by your lunch hour, so you may need a jacket if you're going to be eating outside. And then mostly sunny conditions through the afternoon with temperature readings around 72 degrees, so not too bad out there. Of course, it's going to be a little bit warmer in St. George. We're going to start off in the 60s, stay in the 60s by your noon hour with lots of sunshine, and temperatures will be around 86 degrees for our afternoon high, and then we drop back down to around 82 degrees at 5 o'clock. So temperature's not bad. It's going to be very pleasant and very comfortable. The humidity will continue to stay low, so Pacific air will continue to move into the region, and that will leave us with a lot of just cool weather, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine. And next week, though, there is that possibility of another storm system coming through, a trough of low pressure that will dip down. That will bring the cool air, or keep the cool air in place. So there could be some snow in the higher elevations. It will be windy, but our air quality for most of the west will start to improve. If you have any photos out there that you'd like to send to us, send it to us at kcsg.com or through Facebook. And here's a look at your forecast as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures around 82 degrees in Newcastle. Cedar City looking at a high around 74 degrees. Nice with plenty of sunshine. The winds coming from the northwest at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A little bit more to the south, we're going to see a little bit warmer conditions. Littlefield, we're looking at highs around 89. In Mesquite, around 90 degrees or around 89. So it's going to be a little bit warmer there. St. George, a high around 86 degrees. Your 7-day forecast calls for temperatures staying in the 70s for Cedar City through the weekend. Lots of sunshine early next week. Temperatures around 79 degrees as we start off the work week again. And then we're going to dip down a little bit with that trough coming in on Wednesday. We're looking for highs around 70 degrees. Overnight lows once again will drop down into the 30s, and we're going to stay in the 70s for the end of the week. In St. George, we're looking for highs around 86 degrees tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine. Anything that you want to do outside is going to be a great weekend for that. 89 on your Monday. Again, we're going to cool down by the middle part of the week. Overnight lows will be in the 60s and then drop back down into the 50s by the end of the week. And the first day of fall, we're looking at highs around 89 degrees, partly sunny, just beautiful out there. But then a little bit more cloud cover on Friday as we end the week. But yeah, beautiful weekend. If you want to do anything outdoors, great weather for that.
Yeah, and if you are having fun out there, and like Kim said, if you do take some great pictures, we'd love to see them.
Yes.
We'll be back right after this. Well, this new mom in Australia is a real treasure. And while her kids might look a little odd, she loves them anyway. All 8 piglets hound the dog named Treasure for milk every chance they get. Now, this all began when the little orphans were brought to a family farm a couple months ago. Treasure's maternal instincts kicked in right away, and she even began lactating to feed them.
We didn't know what to do at first. We called a vet, and the vet said as long as she's not being hurt, then everything's fine.
Everyone loves Treasure, like she's all over social media, and people will arrive here and they'll be like, oh, where's Treasure?
Those piglets should be weaned in a couple of months.
That's so cute.
Looks like Treasure is pretty busy around the farm there.
I know, he was chasing some ducks out there as well, so, you know, it's kind of being a mom to everyone.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Have a great day.